Hey everybody, have you seen my balls? They're big and salty and brown. If you ever need a quick pick me up, just put my balls in your mouth. Oh yeah, right guy? That's too bad.
Oh yeah, sorry to hear that, Red Guy. So, I know it probably still stings, but I feel like it's been long enough now that I can weigh in on it. The Seahawks loss. I was trying to tell Seahawks fans not to look past that game because, like, it's wedged perfectly between two games that are must-wins. At home against the Commanders, on the back of that really bad loss to the Ravens, that's a must-win, and you won that. And then Thursday, Thanksgiving, against the Niners, the first opportunity to play the Niners this season, and that's like you're fighting for the division. That's absolutely a must-win. And I definitely feel like, obviously you'd want to win that Rams game too. There are plenty of people that would consider that a must-win, but you already lost that game at home in the season opener, and now you're on the road against the same team. And I was just trying to tell Seahawks fans, I'm all like, I just think the Rams have just figured the Hawks out. You're
I think
absolutely
we're
right,
all
Joker.
aware of that.
Right. What you said, Joker, you said something was really good, which was there's no excuse for not being able to beat a divisional opponent, regardless. You can't just be resting on your laurels and allow them to have figured you out to such an extent that you just can't seem to get past them. But going into this game, I thought the Hawks were going to lose, and they did. And it was really close, and a few good bounces in the other direction, and the Hawks could have won. But there are so many Seahawks fans that are saying after that loss the season is completely over, and I'm all like, I don't agree. I expected you to lose that game, but I also expect you to make the playoffs and win at least one game. That's how I felt weeks ago. It's how I felt before the game started. It's how I felt after the game ended. So seeing so many Seahawks fans, like, thank God the Drew Lock bullshit's over with now,
Yeah,
but
that's
they're
silver
still
lining.
saying, seriously. But seeing so many of them, and they're all like, we got a tank to get a top 15 pick now. I'm like, are you guys seriously retarded?
There's
Just
no such
take a
thing as
fucking
tanking for a top 15 pick. There aren't that many blue chippers in a draft. Like, you tank for a super duper blue chipper, of which there might be like
seriously.
5 in the draft at most.
Seriously, they chanted "suck for luck," not "suck for high 20s pick." Like,
No one ever sucked for Tannehill.
geez, well, the Dolphins did, but but yeah, like, what a complete fucking overreaction on the part of the fan base. I feel it sucks, and it's definitely something that needs to be addressed in the off season. Like, we have to figure out how to beat this Rams team, how to not lose to them. Because as far as they've been in the past couple of years, they've never been more beatable. But at the same time, losing to them is not, okay, season's over. I just don't agree with the doom and gloom in that sense. And I'll
The issue
also say
is
that
our next 4 games are brutal. We play the Niners twice, Cowboys, and Eagles. That's not going to be fun.
that is tough. However, um, if if the Hawks straight up lost all 4 of those games, like plenty of people are predicting, it really wouldn't have changed things if they'd won this game against the Rams. Because going 1-4 in that 5-game stretch is not exactly better than going 0-5. I feel like the itinerary hasn't changed in terms of you still need to sell out and do everything you can to compete and win against those teams. And that's why I figured this Rams game was a trap. I'm all like, the Rams have got the Hawks number, and they're looking past this game because they're like, man, the next 4, like you're talking about. That's what they're thinking on. They weren't thinking on this one. But
well, the other element at play here is the NFC is really bad this year, so we could lose these next 4 games and still make the playoffs easily. Because I think 8 wins get you in. Now, I don't think people are going to be happy if we go 8-9 and get in the playoffs, but that's a very realistic possibility.
Right. Not only that, but there's plenty of teams who will make the playoffs because they're division winners, who are also total ass beats and are completely beatable. I mean, as it's looking right now, there's every possibility that the Seahawks match up with the Lions in the first round if they lose this next 4 game play. And they've already beaten the Lions before.
Yeah, Lions are frauds.
Right. And I don't even know who the fuck's leading the NFC South, but every team in that division is complete ass.
Saints.
Okay. Yeah. Saints are ass. Falcons are ass. All of them are ass. The only real concern is the Eagles, and this is something that I wanted to say, is that I feel like the Eagles are frauds too. And I say that because every game that the Eagles win against other really good teams, like the Dolphins, like the Chiefs, they've really gotten babied by the refs. And when you see them playing a game where they're not being babied by the refs, they struggle against even some of the lowest talent teams in the league that they've played. I feel like the league's trying really hard to maybe do a Super Bowl rematch kind of a deal, or at the very least to get people hyped for it. Because I saw the Eagles winning this game from a mile away because the last time they played, the Chiefs won in the Super Bowl. So they want the Eagles to win to get interest in the rematch going and all this kind of shit. But I feel like if the refs just if they weren't being told, okay, give the Eagles some help here, I don't think the Eagles would get it done because Jalen Hurts is nowhere near as good as Eagles fans think he is. And their offense has been extremely inconsistent. Their defense is extraordinary, but Jalen Carter's also gotten hurt pretty frequently. Considering he's a rookie, it's way too early to say anything like he's injury prone, but I do expect him to get...
I think their main issue is their corners keep getting hurt.
Yeah, that's the big problem, too. Yeah, like Big Country just said, the Chiefs have some of the worst wide receivers in the league. I was shocked. When I saw that stat that said they are dead last in the league in second half offense. They haven't scored a touchdown in the second half since October.
Did you
that's
see
wild.
The drop at the end of the Eagles-Chiefs game? Snacks?
Say again?
Did you see the drop at the end of the Eagles-Chiefs game?
No, but there have been so many drops all over the place. I'm sitting here like it's funny as we hear people talking about quarterback play is down all across the league, but it's like not only your defense is just doing way better, but there have been some serious problems with drops this year. Like I think there's a lot of guys making the league right now because they're fast, young, and athletic who couldn't fucking catch a cold, man. You're thinking about it like, obviously, speed is super important in the NFL. But I think it's also so important that you actually catch the fucking ball that we actually may start seeing some teams say screw it and start signing some really old veteran wide receivers just to like have a guy out there can catch the fucking ball.
Okay, I just sent you the link on Discord.
It is completely wild. Ooh, that's a beautiful pass. Dropping that there, yeah. Like it's funny, you know, how long it's been since Odell Beckham was on the Giants and was getting all those highlight reel catches and shit. And when he was doing that, all anyone would talk about to tear him down as a player would be to talk about how easy it is to catch passes in the NFL today because of the gloves that they use. I can't tell you how many YouTube videos I watched of some middle-aged boomer doing a one-handed catch because he was wearing a glove. He's like, you see how easy this is? Anybody could do it. And watching this season, as these complete apes are out there dropping the most catchable passes you've ever seen, costing their teams games, most of them playing for the Chargers, it's so insane. Like, how the fuck do these guys get called up to play in the big leagues? Professional football, 7-figure contract, and they can't catch a fucking pass? It's wild.
That should be like the bare minimum to get the job. You must be able to catch passes. Everything else should be like additional.
And I'm like, man, they're really missing the days of Julian Edelman and Wes Welker, where you had the small white wide receiver who wasn't as fast or as tall as the other guys, but he could actually catch the fucking thing. Oh man. Speaking of white athletes, I wanted to make this point on stream. Chet Holmgren, I feel, actually deserves to be Rookie of the Year.
Oh, Chet Holmgren? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so far, he's playing really exceptionally well. To the point where, so far this season, he's been what the media wanted Wemby to be. And yet we're not hearing fucking anything about Holmgren, even though, like, the Thunder are better than the Spurs because Holmgren's stats, not only is he a better player, Rye Guy, he is a rookie. He was drafted the season prior to Wembanyama, but Chet missed his entire rookie season with an injury. So this is his rookie year. That is inherently a false take. And I say that because look at the media's fucking Embiid MVP campaign last year. Literally was led by Kendrick Perkins saying the only reason that Jokic has won 2 MVPs is because he's white. Why doesn't Embiid win when he's a better player? They have almost identical stats. They play almost the exact same amount of games every season, and yet Jokic actually wins meaningful games in the playoffs, and Embiid always chokes and always fucking sits up the place and always gets exposed. But he won because the voter fatigue narrative, to justify the voter fatigue for that season, was, hey guys, Jokic shouldn't be winning so many MVPs just because he's white. Let's get Embiid. Right. So it's the exact same fucking, like, Wembanyama is being pushed so fucking insanely hard. So fucking insanely hard. They're practically worshipping this guy. He's already being crowned. Just about every single former pro who does any kind of commentary. Like, fuck me, I watched the YouTube clip where KG and Paul Pierce were watching Wembanyama, literally just one of the most routine plays from a center that you could think of. It's like catches an entry pass, bends to the baseline, and then dunks the ball. Like, hey, congratulations for you because, plenty of guys can't do that. But that is one of the most routine plays you could expect from a center ever. and KG and Pierce were fucking creaming their pants watching this. Oh my god. Oh my god. He's too good already. He's gonna be so amazing and all this kind of shit. It's like he's incredibly inconsistent. He has more bad games than good ones, and when he's bad, he is fucking bad, actively causing his team to lose the game. And when he has a good game, often the team still doesn't win. Meanwhile, Chet Holmgren is consistently having good games, and is actually causing his team to win games, too. You know, LeBron probably had one of the best rookie seasons ever. Because not only did he come out there and play really well, other rookies played really well also, but LeBron instantaneously turned the Cavaliers around. They went from being one of the worst teams in the league to almost immediately they were too good to ever be able to draft additional help for LeBron. And they were never going to get anybody in free agency. That's why he ended up leaving. So, I still think that Wembanyama is going to win Rookie of the Year. I think that Chet is going to deserve it. And I think that a lot of people are going to be looking back thinking, what the hell? Because, you know, Wemby's obviously going to disappoint because he has a mountain of expectations on him. The same way that Wiggins is disappointing. I saw a fucking YouTube video earlier today. Was talking about Wiggins is already washed at 28 years old, which made me laugh a lot. I don't even think Wiggins is 28. Is he? No, he's 28, yeah. But people made excuses for him his whole career. You know, like, oh well, he's really not doing too well because he plays in Minnesota. You know, and who could possibly be good in Minnesota? And then he gets out of Minnesota, and then they're like, well, you know, he's still not doing all that well. But hey, he played meaningful minutes, and he was a valuable contributor to that last Warriors championship. But you look at him this season,
I'll do it, Austin. Don't worry, I'll make those videos. They're going to be shorter, but I'll make them. Go ahead.
But yeah, just there were mountain expectations on Wiggins' shoulders. Everybody was saying he's Canadian LeBron. So there's no chance in hell anybody could think that Wiggins, even if you consider him to have had a successful career in general terms, which is certainly true, there's no chance you could ever look at Wiggins' career and think that he met expectations. He drastically failed to come even close to the expectations that were put on him. And I think that's the same thing that's going to happen to Wemby. But looking back, I just hope that people see what's going on with Chet and with Jokic, and have the courage to say that the NBA sports media is molding over the idea that the best player in the world right now and the future best player in the world in a few years from now are both white, and they can't cope with that.
See? Told you he'd make it.
Man, the people in this game are ugly.
Your Marine has the primitive.
Let's get the computer started on the translation.
Doncic is great too, to the point where you could genuinely sit there and say that there are more white players in the top 5 in the NBA right now than black players. Lamau.
Amazing.
Yeah, and unlike in the mid-00s, one of those players is in German.
Dr. McNeil.
So you can't feel weird about it.
The artifact is a weapon of
Exactly.
power.
Yeah, you know, I did not feel great about Chet Holmgren when he came into the NBA. I thought he was going to be too small and skinny, but he's nice.
Yeah, he's playing really well, and I'm glad to see it. I just wish that Chet wasn't playing on the Thunder. I don't like the Thunder.
Good luck.
I don't like them as a team. I don't like them as a franchise. I don't like them as a concept. Even when the Sonics come back to Seattle, you know, when they give Seattle the Sonics back, I still wouldn't like the Thunder, and I still just wouldn't want them black. But having said all that, you know, it doesn't stop me from really liking Chet, and you know, I wish him lots of success.
May need some extra firepower.
Of course, it does raise an interesting opportunity, though. If Chet actually stays with the Thunder his whole career, he can very easily surpass Kevin Durant as the greatest Thunder player of all time, because even though Durant obviously was a fantastic player, he just left early, you know. I have no clue why the NBA greenlit moving a team from Seattle to a much smaller market. Well, there were two big reasons. Number one was to show that anybody could be moved, that history and legacy and playing in a big market didn't matter. So that way they would be able to rule through fear. So when they sit here and say, like, obviously the Lakers are untouchable, the Knicks are untouchable, but, you know, anybody else, they could sit there and be like, hey, you know, if you don't give us that special new stadium that we demanded you get, we just move the team just like we moved the Sonics. And the second big reason is that Clay Bennett was bribing the shit out of Stern, and that's really all it took. Well, yeah, Jeffrey. There are plans to bring the Sonics back. The NBA will be expanding pretty soon. I believe they're also intending to give Las Vegas a team, because now that Vegas has the Raiders and they have the Golden Knights, and Vegas has shown that it can be a good sports city. And then others. Aren't they planning to move the Athletics to Vegas also? Yeah. And that's the big hullabaloo. Yeah. So then, that's even more why you'd think that they'd give Vegas an expansion NBA franchises, because they'd have every major professional sports team except for basketball. Right. So, all that being the case, yeah, it's just a matter of time. Yeah, I think 34 teams is too much. What could happen is that they might move another team. They might move another team. Let's see how things are going. I'm gonna check league attendance.
How's the Clippers attendance?
Considering it already happened, they're 19th in the league right now.
Not terrible.
By the average number of attendance, by percentage. The NBA site isn't loading, so I'll have to check manually. Okay. There we go. By percentage of 23rd in the league. The worst attendance in terms of percentage, you got the Wizards in dead last, then Pacers, Hornets, Grizzlies, Thunder, Bulls, and Pistons.
I mean, honestly, if any team needs to move, it's probably like the Pelicans, right?
Yeah, I was actually going to bring them up, it being who I thought might get moved. Because the New Orleans team has already been moved once before. That's why it's the Utah Jazz. And New Orleans specifically, things have been really bad for them for a long time. They wasted Anthony Davis, and the Zion saga has all but killed that franchise. The Pelicans are bottom 10 in the league in attendance, and they've been that way for more than a decade. The last time that franchise truly was relevant was with CP3. And it is wild to think how long ago that was, because he was traded to the Clippers 11 fucking years ago. So, yeah, if any team was going to get moved, you'd expect it to be them. If it weren't for Talent Mento finally found their groove at the right time, I feel like the Kings would be on the table again too.
And it is Sacramento. They could screw it up pretty easily here.
If the Pelicans get moved to Seattle, we all owe Mariah Mills. Oh my god. That's a quality meme right there. Oh, Jordan stole the Hornets. I think he did. Yeah. Let me check.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, his 13-year run as majority owner of the Charlotte Hornets has officially come to an end on August 3rd this year. Jordan sold the team to a group led by Rick Schnall and Gabe Plotkin for $3 billion.
So he did pretty well for himself on that flipping.
Yes. Apparently, when an owner wants to sell a team, then the league actually votes on it. That is genuinely shocking to me. The only person who voted against Jordan selling the Hornets was James Dolan.
I thought you were going to say Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is the only owner who voted against him selling out. That would be funny as hell.
Yeah, that would have been absolutely hysterical. He was like, wait a minute, no, I changed my mind. The league goes, no backsies, 29-1. My God. You could just come out and say Magic Johnson had it. Jesus Christ.
So, besides Holmgren and SGA, who else do the Thunder have that's good? Like, who else are the Thunder building around?
Shit.
Giddy? Oh, Gibbons? Or Giddens?
Yeah, Josh Giddey, another white player. God bless him. They do have a guy named Wiggins, so we'll say that he's good. They got a lot of people on that team named Williams. Good lord.
Ooh, Dort. Oh, yeah, I remember Dort.
Yeah, you got Dort, the second highest paid player on their team. And they're not exactly building around him because he's 31 years old. But a ginger named Davis Burton. How about that?
And that team really might be a contender sooner rather than later if Holmgren develops nicely.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like, the Spurs are going to be bad for a very long time. The Thunder could make the playoffs this year. As a matter of fact, the Thunder almost certainly will make the playoffs this year. They're tied for the second best record in the league. Wow. And the Thunder are 10-4. So are the Nuggets. So are the Bucks, and so are the Sixers. And again, that's exactly the kind of shit that we're talking about here. You know, the Thunder right now tied for the second best record in the league. The Spurs right now are tied for the second worst record in the league. Because, I mean, you can sit there and say, well, you know, the Thunder have better players than the Spurs do, which is totally valid. You know, the Spurs are still like at the beginning of their rebuild, but at the same time, Chet is already the best player on the Thunder.
Yeah, that might be the team that comes up when the Nuggets come back down. Like, eventually when the Nuggets level off a little bit, the Thunder might be the heir apparent. It's possible.
I could definitely see that happening again if they keep that squad together. Because again, Jokic is on his way to becoming the GOAT. So we got to imagine the Nuggets right now are the 1992 Chicago Bulls. And if that's the case, then the Thunder would end up being the Chicago Lakers in that time. Because once Jokic is finalized, he's achieved his place in the sun, walked off into the sunset as the GOAT, then the Thunder can come out and wring their hands over, I don't know how the hell we could let Chet Holmgren walk in free agency, what have we done? And then the Chet Holmgren-led Miami Heat would become kind of... Jokic might retire at 33 to breed horses. See, it seems like that'd be something that would make sense, because I mean, Jokic is obviously way happier breeding horses than he is playing basketball. But he's said a number of times before, have the longest NBA career that he possibly can, because he wants to make insane amounts of money so that he can just spend the rest of his life breeding horses afterwards. I see him retiring, like, at least once he's hit 38. At any point beyond that, when he feels like he's just complete ass cheeks and he's not able to get a good payday anymore. But it's nice to see a team rebuilding through the draft and actually succeeding. You don't see a lot of that anymore.
It's hard to do.
It really is.
Yeah, if Murray doesn't stay healthy, then the Nuggets are going to probably be kind of like the Nuggets team that got bounced quickly the 2 years prior. They need something. They can't have Jokic do everything. That's not how basketball works.
Right. You need a Batman and a Robin. You need to have that second guy, and if you don't have him, you're just fucked. It's like the Heat had a dreadful start to the season was because Jimmy was playing like shit, but once he stopped playing like shit, things clicked immediately because it took him a while to realize it, but Bam has been kind of playing like fucking prime Kevin Garnett out there, like can defend all 5 positions and is insanely talented at scoring the basketball from anywhere on the court.
Yeah, he's a very fun player.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now that I'm using this machine gun and now that I'm in the sewer, I have noticed there is a flashlight on my muzzle, which wasn't the case before, so that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's only for the sewer or what.
I'm not sure either. It might have been from the helmet you were wearing. Try it now.
Yeah, you're right. It's not there now. Okay. Makes sense.
It was that helmet. How about that? Ugh.
Having this fucking gap in my teeth is so annoying.
I can imagine.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna...
I have to really baby it too.
Yeah.
I have to be careful with it.
When is the other part?
Well, I'm going back in for them to look at it in like 2 weeks, but I don't
Mhm.
think the implant actually goes in for a couple months because
Oh, shucks.
they need to give the infection time to heal. But I could be wrong about that. I'll know more when I go in a couple weeks.
Fair enough.
All right,
All right.
on the
Yeah,
final
I'll be right
Erebus
back.
level.
Nice.
So once we beat this, we're basically halfway done with the game.
Nice.
By game, I mean expansion pack, of course. Oh god, oxygen. So we have to move quickly. Oh my god, I suck down oxygen like Coca-Cola. I don't know, Austin. Dude, why won't you die? Oh shit, I'm almost out of oxygen. Jeez, this takes forever. I need oxygen. We made it.
Hey! You! Over here! These things have kept me alive. There are more bots around, but I've sent them into the tunnels. You'll need to go through there if you want to get to the monorail. Remember, they're on your side. Stay close to these bots if you want to live.
Is a 7-minute mile good? It sounds good. slimy git.
Alright, back.
Yo, yo, yo. It's Jable and Jables.
Fuck. I have a gay seizure.
So anyway, did you watch the Moist video about the Pokimane controversy thingy?
Yes.
It seems like it should be really easy to avoid these problems that content creators run into, and yet they all run into them. They all cannot help themselves.
Yeah. Seriously. It's fucking wild. Especially for somebody like Pokimane, because he has success because she's an attractive young woman. So he gets the attention of thousands of simps online who give her money for doing nothing.
There was
Somehow,
something
and
you could say that would break the conditioning. It's that.
right, like, she has one of the easiest jobs in the world, and instead of understanding her position and being grateful for it and not sacrificing that, he actually comes out and says that retarded shit. Like, my God.
Yeah. And all these quote-unquote content creators now, all they do is react streams. So they steal other people's content and then just react to it. Which I swear to God, I don't understand how that content is so successful. It is the laziest, most boring shit imaginable.
Yeah, I really don't get it either, man.
Alright, we got ourselves a sentry bot buddy. Make a few vids where you react to football memes and TikToks and use outlandish facial expressions and see if it takes off. You'll probably get 40 million views on it. Yeah,
Yeah, and then you gotta use... Remember the April Fool's videos with the fucking thumbnails you do there?
Yeah. Do not call Kobe's Snapchat at 3 a.m. OMG, he came to my house. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. I need to take a short break. I'll be back in a few minutes. And for some reason, it's not letting me alt-tab out of this fucking game. So, that's cool. Okay, I am back. Everybody good? Alright. Continue on. Whoa, is that the cyber demon? And the design of some Doom enemies is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Dawn, Stalford waited. The lights above him blinked, sparked out of the air. There were demons in the bay. He didn't see them, but had expected them now, here. God damn it. I doubt it, Austin. I doubt it. I was too lazy to put a shirt on for that video, so I was just like, screw it. But I'm not going to make it a habit. Wait, where'd the... Oh, did my boy buddy die? This is me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation. Probably. Austin, that's a good idea. Man. So at the tail end of the stream tonight I did on YouTube, somebody on the Hawk's Nest channel commented in the stream, some complete dumbass commented, "I've really enjoyed my time on this channel, but I'm unsubscribing now that I know about the chat rules," which were basically, you know, if you want your comment addressed on stream, you have to super chat it, which is only for our dual streams, by the way. It doesn't happen
Right.
for any other Hawk's Nest stream. Any solo Hawk's Nest stream, you don't have to. So I don't know why he thinks that, but, like, it just reminds you. It's like the old George Carlin quote. Think about how stupid the average person is, and then think about how half the people are stupider than that. It's pretty funny. Did you like George Carlin?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Cyber Demon. Yeah, I think George Carlin, he probably resonated much more in his time. Like, it's a little harder now that all of his bits have been done 800 billion times.
Right.
Fucking go, dumbass. What the hell you...
No, I don't think so, Nugget. I'm not sure. I'll probably do the new ones. The young ones. Boye and Spoon. God, how many bullets does this asshole take? This guy is a bullet sponge to end all bullet sponges.
Yeah, I know that feeling, man. It's pretty annoying.
Hold on, let me make sure I'm not just spinning my wheels here real quick. Oh, right. Okay. There we go. Thanksgiving. All right. All right.
Hello, Marine? If you're hearing this, listen to me. You must get the artifact to Delta Labs by using the Phobos experimental teleporter near your position. I have the information from Dr. Cloud, and the only way to end this is to bring that teleporter online and transfer to Delta. The artifact can be destroyed by taking it over to...
Buttress. I've never done VR. I don't have a VR headset. I guess I could do it if I had a VR headset, but I don't. I don't have anything against it. I wonder if any of the games are good, though. Thanksgiving. I mean, when you think about it, mid-season firings don't happen that often in general. So I could believe that the Seahawks have never done a significant one anyway. Wanted some soft serve, I gave him some soft serve.
And that is based.
With my last breath, I curse all white people. Well, we haven't done better than Ken Norton since he left. I'll say that. Boo Corrigan. Well, that's an interesting one. Boo Corrigan. Honestly, Gruden was probably the best coach the Raiders have had in a while. Just, you know, the other stuff happened. What an absolutely cursed existence to finally get a decent head coach as a franchise, and then you have to fire him anyway. Okay, I completely butchered that. Yeah, they gotta... You know, that'll be interesting. What happens when they let AI determine the college football playoff rankings? Now that would be interesting. I already did, Nugget. Are you not subbed to my channel? You definitely should have seen it. Posted it a while ago. Like, that'll be interesting. What if eventually, like, the various sports league decides to let AIs determine who should win MVP? Like, just say, okay, they give all the information to a computer, and then the computer spits out who should win MVP.
That would never work, and you already know why. What do they constantly have to keep doing to every AI that they ever program because it keeps doing one specific thing?
Yeah, I know. It makes too much sense.
Right. Jokic would just win every single MVP, and then they'd be like, wait a minute, why is this AI that we programmed to only look at statistics racist?
One selected. I was afraid of that. I'll need to find a way to reroute power to the teleporter. Take the Skytram to the research sector and I'll meet you there.
Well, Michigan's in a weird spot because of the scandal. So I don't really know what to think of them right now, but we're definitely not better than Georgia or Ohio State right now. There's no way. I feel like the committee is tired of putting these all offense, no defense teams in, and then watching them get nuked by 6 touchdowns in the playoff. I think that's probably a part of the problem. Yeah, that's why we need to allow artificial intelligence to decide these things. The human element is just... impossible to override. Like, I'm sure there are people on the committee right now who say Michigan shouldn't be let in because of the scandal. And I don't think they're going to get their way, obviously, but that's a thing. Okay. Where am I supposed to go?
Oh man, I don't know if you saw on Razor's Twitter, he tweeted one of those great posts. It was Star Trek the original series when they go back in time, World War II, and they're all dressed in Nazi uniforms. Fucking Spock's like, Captain, I find these door handles on the inside of the chamber quite illogical.
I'm super sad about the Napoleon movie and what a catastrophe it's turning out to be.
Yeah, I'm still gonna see it in a couple days here, so we'll see how I feel about it.
I'll probably go see it also, but I don't have a problem waiting until you see it to hear what you have to say about it. Because what you had to say prevented me from seeing the Indiana Jones movie. Because you didn't outright hate it, but as you were describing what happened in the movie, it sounded so goofy that I just didn't want to waste my time.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want goofy. I wanted 100% great fucking classic Indiana Jones ass kicking. Like, you're obviously not going to get that from Harrison Ford because he's like 90.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not too hard of a concept for him to be in the Sean Connery role from The Last Crusade, and then, you know, have somebody else be the younger guy who kicks ass. And having the main villain being Matt Mikkelsen, that's a huge waste.
Right. I mean, I don't think the Indiana Jones movie is really worth watching. I just didn't hate watching it, so I think that's probably the right call on your part.
Yeah. I'm just like, man, what a waste. I'm having a lot more fun with the RoboCop game as I continue to play it, but there's one thing that really bugs the crap out of me.
Okay.
There isn't a New Game Plus mode, and the reason I say that that's annoying is because there's a lot of things about the game that you wouldn't know you needed to do this or that until you had it. Until you go through it, I mean, and it seems like a really difficult time to actually try to achieve all the things that the game has for you to achieve on your very first playthrough, without having leveled yourself up or anything. So I was like, well, New Game Plus would make sense, but there isn't. There's only New Game. I was like, you would have to follow legitimately to 100% the game and get everything. You would have to literally min-max perfectly. And it just seems kind of ridiculous to have a game like that in 2023.
Right.
It's just my take on it, of course.
Makes sense.
Pizza Hut is trending on Twitter.
I'm at
and a lot of people.
Hut. I'm at the Taco Bell. I'm at the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
Yeah, a lot of people is talking about it like it's garbage, apparently. I mean, the only Pizza Hut... Yeah, and I could completely believe that. The only Pizza Hut I have had within the last several years, to be frank, has been that one extremely disappointing pan pizza that I'm still pissed off about, plus their New Yorker style pizza. And the Big New Yorker is good. It's expensive as hell, but it's good. Like that one fucking thing is like $20, which is wild to me because you could go to Little Caesars. You know, even though inflation has ruined the $5 hot and ready, they're still $8.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Right. And I mean, I'm rounding up. It's like $7 and change after taxes and everything. Anyway, I say all that because I'm still having fun with the gameplay of RoboCop and the story of RoboCop, but there's really no way I'm gonna sit there and like do another new game to try to figure out like how to get everything and do everything perfectly. Like, fuck all that shit.
Yeah.
Really a shame, because all they would have needed was one New Game Plus mode, and would have been perfect.
Well, that's a big problem because our safety play is going to kill us against a good offense. Yikes. I haven't had beef jerky in such a long time. Right, guy. And also, where the hell did that come from? Beef jerky is the last thing I want to think about right now. With the way my mouth is, to be perfectly honest.
Seriously.
Where the fuck did that come from? Transfer. No. I'm sure, David. I'm sure. Ooh, nice. I don't.
Right, guy, I highly suggest that you go for the Slim Jims and other beef sticks, especially if you can get them for cheap. Because, Obviously, they're filled with like a lot of preservatives and nitrates and things like that. That a lot of sodium. If you overload on it, it's really bad for you. However, if you are dieting, like if you're doing a keto diet or if you're just like not eating much in general, they are very nutritionally dense when it comes to protein. Plus, they taste good, and they can be a very, very cheap source to get that protein. Whereas jerky, I can't think of any kind of jerky, regardless of what cut of meat it is, or who produces it, or what. Jerky's expensive. There's no cheap jerky that I can think of.
God, it's good to see you. There's so much I need to explain, but we don't have much time. The artifact is a gateway from hell. Much like the one that Betruger opened with the teleporters in the Delta Labs. With the artifact, though, as long as it resides in our dimension, there's always the danger of it being awakened, and then another invasion. The ancients knew it, and now we know it. It must be returned to the source of its evil in order to be destroyed. They couldn't do it, so they locked it away and fought to their death. You can use the Delta teleporter to return the artifact to hell for good. I know this sounds crazy, but it's the only way. The important thing right now is getting the Phobos teleporter online. There are 4 core systems that must be shut down before I can reroute the power to the teleporter. Take this. You'll need it to get to the pumping station. Now go.
Alright, guys, I'll be back shortly. Okay, we're back.
Yay.
So, what are your plans for today?
Oh, it's already Wednesday. I'm gonna DoorDash as much as I can. I have no idea how successful it's going to be because it's the day before Thanksgiving. I don't know what restaurants are gonna be open or if anyone's gonna order anything or what. However, I knew that I had to do this when I checked the promo section. From 1:30 p.m. tomorrow to 11:30 p.m. at night. It's gonna be $3 order bonus.
Okay.
So I was like, that for that fucking long, that's outrageous, man. So here's hoping, definitely.
Alright, good luck with that.
Yeah. Because I'm like, if I could, if I got lucky and I got 15 orders in that whole time, that's $45 extra for free just from working. Which would be great. Joe, I'll definitely come back early and let you know.
Alright. If I stream during the day, maybe I'll just do Spider-Man then, since I know you don't really care about that all that much.
Wahoo! Yeah.
It'd be hard to make it work.
Sounds
But,
good to me.
Next time I play this, like, I'm not beating this tonight, I know that, but next time I play this, I am beating it.
Yeah. Right, it's not too long of a game.
And you said Doom Eternal's pretty short too, right?
Yes. Once you get going and you know how to play, you can get through it really fast.
Pump disengaged. Pump station shut down.
Sensors are showing the pumping station offline. It's one down. Now shut down auxiliary power to the research complex.
There was a pretty funny moment earlier. There's just random people standing on the street, and every now and again, one of the random people on the street is a prostitute. So, regardless of who it is, when you walk up to anybody, they'll just say something to you.
Right.
Like gang members will say something, derogatory about police. Regular people will be like, "Wow, it's RoboCop." A prostitute, she said to me, she's like, "So how much of you is left? Like how much of you is still human?" And RoboCop's like, "You'd be surprised."
Could that be a reference to the Cumtown bit?
Exactly. I was fucking dying. I just remember, with that scene when he just like his head and some lungs and just like a giant dick too. He's just like, "This rules. This is fucking cool. This fucking rules."
That's what I'm talking about.
I haven't fought regular gang members in a long time. I upgraded a lot. My guns straight up armor piercing damage to be able to fight robotic enemies. So I'm going up against just regular gang member guys and I'm obliterating them. I got a fucking Dirty Harry gun now. It's fully automatic.
I love the Power Glove. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Warning. Automated turret guns online. Attention. Automated turret guns offline. Service bridge now operational. Access granted.
Okay, so what did that button do? Oh. Oh. Aha! Okay, here we go. The boss fight? Yeah, it might be. Yep.
Core 1 failure.
Okay, clearly there's some kind of trick here. Well, this game was made in 2005, so that sounds about right, JS. It's actually very close. I don't think this is going to be that hard, though. I messed that up. Right.
Nice.
Got him. Dickhead.
Auxiliary power is down. Rerouting. Good. Now take the Skytram to the reactor complex. You can access the last 2 systems from there.
Access granted.
What's up, Cyber Demon homie? Whoa, what the heck is up with your mouth? What's wrong with your face?
Wow, that thing's huge.
Oh god. I didn't think I was gonna have to fight this thing right now. Okay. Oh, there are 2 of them? This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
Spicy. Oof.
Where's the goddamn Skytram? Aha. Wait. Well, that door won't fucking open. Okay, there we go. Maybe this will work. All right. Thanks for coming out, guys, but I think that's going to do it for tonight. We've got like 4 sections left in this game, I think, so next time we play, we've got a good chance of being able to finish it off. As long as we don't run into anything that's like really, really hard to do. Anyway.
Let's go.